What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls lose a tough one to Buzz City. 112-99 is the final. The Bulls lose Jalen Smith midway through the game, and somehow Jalen Smith exiting meant everything fell apart. That third quarter was gross. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame is presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. And download the Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button right now. It's free. It's right there. It looks like a thumb in the upwards direction. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow, bow. BAWL Sports. We'll hear from our guy, Gottlieb, later on in tonight's postgame show. And on the controls tonight of CHGO White Sox fame, Sean Anderson, our guy. What's up, Sean?
Oh, wait. Here it is.
I was like, were you going to give the unwarranted Bulls win cue? Because Big Dave didn't call for it. Because the Bulls themselves did not call for it tonight.
Call for it.
Yuck.
Yucko.
I just wanted to say that, yeah, the Bulls didn't win.
In an immoral victory sense?
No, they didn't. I said they didn't win.
Oh,
They did
not. They did not, in fact, win.
They did not.
They didn't win.
They did not.
Shout out to Sean Anderson, who said this was the worst Bulls game he's seen all season, and he's might not be wrong about that. Like, that was terrible.
And Sean's only been with us for a handful of Bulls game nights.
Yeah, he hasn't suffered as much, but he's right to say what he said.
Also, real quick, somebody, I guess Ron Burgundy's asking who put CLT on the score bug. That is the abbreviation for Charlotte.
It is.
So
Absolutely.
As a White Sox host,
Have you not seen the jerseys?
AAA team is the Charlotte Knight.
Yeah.
And across their caps, they put CLT.
So
I put CLT for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because also of the CLT City Edition jersey fame from a few years ago when everybody went, wait, did they really put that on their jerseys? Other outlets use CHA as the abbreviation, but I have no problem with you going the CLT route.
That's what the city wants.
I mean, that's what it is, and that's what he's going to roll with. He's Sean Anderson, and he's a professional. That's how we roll out here, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, he is correct in his assessment of what we watched out there tonight, Matthew Peck. Not a good game, and it was like the Monstars. Like, it was the Monstars were balling in the first half, and then they went to and then come out in the third quarter and stole all their powers. It looks like what Charlotte did to them.
It is wild that in the same game we saw the Bulls score 39 first quarter points.
Yeah.
And in those 39 points, they did so with 16 team assists on 17 made field goals. In one quarter. If you have 16 assists at halftime, you're like, all right, on pace for 30-plus team assists. That's usually a solid night, an indicator that the Bulls got a shot to win that game because the ball's moving, everybody's scoring, their offense is humming on efficiently. They had 16 assists in the first quarter.
First one.
The problem is that after 39 first quarter points, they proceeded to score 60 over the final three quarters.
Jesus.
They had a 19-point second quarter. They had a 17-point third quarter and managed a balmy 24 as they lost the fourth quarter 30-24.
Yeah.
It is like this game encapsulated in just 48 minutes the Jekyll and Hyde of this mid Bulls team. They are capable of some really impressive stuff, and they are capable of, oh, dear God, what the hell was that? Yeah. Somebody fire the junior high's basketball coach.
Yeah, man.
Because that junior high team just got worked by Buzz City.
And that third quarter. Let's dive into that for a second, Matt.
Yuck.
In that third quarter, the Bulls didn't have a field goal for 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's most of a quarter, Dave. I'm no math whiz.
Quarter's
only 12 minutes long.
It's only 12 minutes long. Only 12.
Get out of here with that nonsense.
My
God.
Just to put in perspective, going into that quarter, your guy Patrick Lee Williams had the chat, because I'm not putting this on Matter.
Yeah.
He was a +1 going into that third quarter.
Super.
Coming out of that third quarter, he was a -12. That is a swing right there. Swing batter. Shout out Brandon Bills.
Shout out.
Make sure you get your hats at Brandon Bills. Feel like there are many more hat throws to come.
Might be.
What a terrible, though, just a really bad third quarter. It felt like the Hornets started off really hot, though, in that third quarter. They got to it. The Bulls were trying to answer and get back, and then Jalen Smith goes down.
Yeah.
And then when Jalen Smith went down, everything went to crap. And that was just, my goodness. And I've said this before, Matt, I just don't like how dependent on they are on everything having to go exactly right.
Yeah.
In that first half, everything went exactly right. At one point, the Bulls are shooting at 78% from the field, man. They were in the 60s as far as percentage was concerned from the three-point line. Everything was going really, really to plan. And then Jalen kind of went down, and we wish him the best. Obviously, he's Will Gottlieb reported that he's in a concussion protocol, which is not great, but hope he's back soon.
Hope he's okay.
But once that occurred, everything just went to crap, and there were no more centers to be had for the Bulls to put out there on the floor. I personally would have, Craigie Jr. probably would have got some time from me. He would have got some time from me. That's just me, because he was dressed. I don't know the situation. I think you told me.
I double-checked. He was off the injury report, which he had been on recently.
Okay.
With, I think, an ankle. But Emmanuel Miller was listed on the injury report as just G League not available.
Okay.
Lockie was off the injury report, and there and dressed, he ended up in the box score as a DNP.
I would have got him out there, because if it's one thing I don't want to see, well, several things I don't want to see from Patrick Lee Williams, but I definitely don't want to see him playing the 5. And once they ran that small lineup of guards with him at the 5, I mean, you just saw the Hornets attack, because you don't want him there, because you're like, okay, we need at least somebody who can rebound. And that's Vucevic's thing. He's not a great defender, but he will rebound. Pat is not a great defender, and he won't rebound. So it doesn't make sense to have him out there in that situation. But I understand what Billy, is thinking, because he's like, oh, man, my guy just got lost. You know what? Go ahead, get out there. We need to get running. We need to get playing and stuff like that. And the Hornets took full advantage of that, man. So, yeah, I think I agree with you, Giddy Committee. I think Craigie Jr.'s minutes are coming because of the injuries to Zach Collins, because of now the injury to Jalen Smith. You're going to see Craigie Jr. out there on the floor, but I thought he should have played tonight also as well. I don't think it would have changed anything. I'm not saying it would have helped something, but it would have been a different look I would have went with other than ass.
Yeah. ABQ Drea in the chat saying, double big importance could not be more apparent now that Sticks and Zach both are out.
Yeah.
Nardo in the cut saying, we lose a role player and it's like we lost a superstar, LMAO. And Oblivion, meanwhile, saying, Jalen has a huge impact on all these lineups. He helps protect the rim, helps rebound on both ends. Also a pretty good offensive. He can shoot, drive, post up, and is a lob threat. Look, Jalen has been playing, I think, more well than not well in this recent stretch of games where no Zach Collins. Even before Zach Collins went down, Billy was experimenting more with having Vooch and one of those two guys out on the floor together for longer stretches. And I think Jalen has really seized that opportunity. So as you said, you hope that whatever this is, if he is in concussion protocol, which it sounds like he is now, that he will be cleared out of it fairly soon and available, because then otherwise your options are not great.
Not at all.
And even for give me 3 guards, if not 4, Billy Donovan. That's on his gravestone. It's already made. He has been leaning towards more size in his lineups recently, and I think most Bulls fans are in favor of that.
Yes.
These ones included.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, are your options, oh dear God, minutes for 5, minutes for Pat at the 5? No, thank you.
No, thank you.
And then your other option, if you really want that size, is Lockie.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
You're going to get your opportunity.
Let's see.
I know a lot of fans in the chat been wanting to see him get out there and perform. He's going to get his opportunity to get out there and perform for the Bulls. But, man, dude, like, it just shows how I talked about. I just don't like how just one thing it goes, wrong for the Bulls and everything just collapses. You know, you just pull that one stick. What's that thing called? Where, you got all the marbles sitting on top of the sticks and you just pulling the sticks, trying to see if the marbles are falling and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that game that kids play. Yeah,
it's like that to me, man. Like you pull that one in there.
Like a more fragile version of Jenga.
A much more fragile version of Jenga with less sticks. So it's like, man, you take that one out for the Bulls and everything just comes collapsing, man. But just a really tough, bad loss. And credit to the Hornets, too. I don't want to just remove that from them. I mean, they got hot. Brandon Miller got really hot from the three-point line for that team. Miles Bridges got really hot and was just attacking them over and over again. And, I mean, LaMelo started hitting some of his shots as well.
Yeah.
Concanipple was solid. So, yeah, man, they weren't a great team. It wasn't like they came and took it from the Bulls. It's just the Bulls, man, didn't have everything that they – needed on the floor, and it showed. My goodness.
Eco being in the chat saying, I saw the game turn as soon as Jalen Smith left the game. And I think you are right in one way. I could also argue, because that was the third quarter, right? When that Jalen and LaMelo collision happened.
Yeah.
I could argue that game started to turn late in the second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud, the Bulls only scored 19 points in the second quarter.
They did.
They didn't have a drought like the third quarter, whereas, Dave, you pointed out, you went 9+ minutes without a field goal, and you also went 5+ minutes without scoring a point of any kind of variety.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Shout out to you. There were just some bad, sloppy possessions by the Bulls late in the second. They had a 15-point lead at one point, and you're thinking, okay, Bulls are going to take care of business against this doo-doo Hornets team. Yeah. Good for them. They're going to coast wire to wire. We don't get too many of those.
True.
And it wasn't sloppy like turnover happy.
Yeah.
They kept somebody, I think Giddy Committee pointed out, like, hey, 11 turnovers and the Bulls still lost, Peck. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's true. That, like, turnovers isn't the only way you can have sloppy offensive execution. And I just thought the Bulls had a lot of bad shots down the stretch of the second quarter.
Tons.
And then I would also say that partly lies on Billy Donovan. Because, Billy, you got to be able to see at halftime when you're talking to your guys, the way that second quarter trended from start to finish was not good. We got to talk about the shots we were getting late in that second quarter and fix that. Instead, they let the Hornets go on an early 10-0 run in the third. Yeah. It was just like bad compiling on top of bad.
No, that's a great point. And Jalen was still out there during that time.
And that was before Jalen went down.
Yeah, when that was going on. And you're right, Matt. Like, because I just had to do a triple take at this because I was like, really, this is what happened? Second quarter 19, third quarter 17, fourth quarter 18. You didn't score 20 points the rest of the game after the first quarter,
dude.
That's not just an injury. You know what I'm saying? Like Matt just stated, you started it off in that second quarter, man, and you couldn't get back into it. My God, that's bad. Whoa, that's really bad. That's tough, especially in this kind of NBA, where scoring is like that. But nevertheless, I agree with what you're saying, Matt. Coaches got to see that at halftime, see what's not working for my team, see what's going on that way, and, like, how can we get some scoring going on? And it shouldn't be, again, Patrick Williams at the 5.
It didn't also help that a lot of those misses, started to pile up in the second quarter.
Yeah.
The Bulls started to go cold in the second. Dave, I mentioned it to you when we were nearing the end of that one. I mean, 3 of the guys that you would – maybe Okoro is still fringe in the category of you expect him to knock down a couple threes for you every night.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to see if that's real. But between him, Patrick, and Kevin Huerter, 2 of those 3 for sure, you're expecting them. What is one of the things you can do for us every night?
Yeah.
Knock down open threes.
Correct.
But Okoro, Pat, and Huerter ended up a combined
Brace yourself.
1 of 16 from downtown. I don't care how low your turnover number is as a team. By the way, the Bulls as a team shot 27% on 41 3-point attempts tonight.
Sweet. Georgia
Hard to win
Brown.
with that. Sean, did you have a thought?
No, my thought actually was going to probably spiral you, but we're a minute out from the break. So I
love a good spiral.
He does love a good spiral.
Shout out Caleb
I'm
Williams.
bite my
He's a
tongue.
Well, so should we knock out an ad break and then come back? Why not? All right, we're going to knock out our ad break. We'll come back on the other side. Hit the like button. It's free.
Yeah.
We'll come back for more Bulls thoughts, and we'll hear from Willie Gottlieb later on. Be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. And right now with their early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download the app and be sure to use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Because when you do that and then place your first $5 bet on anything, football, basketball, hockey, win or lose that bet, you're going to get $150 in bonus bets either way. And you can use those bonus bet dollars on just about everything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Get your bet in now for the Bulls to go to the play-in tournament. It's happening. Make some money knowing that with Bet365. Be sure to use that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Put that first $5 bet down and get those $150 in bonus bets. They've also got something for you every NFL game, whether it's a Thursday, a Sunday, a Monday. They got it for you. What are you waiting for? Download that app with promo code CHGO365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big shout out to the fine folks over at Gameday Men's Health, fellas. Let's be real. You're getting a little older or you're getting a little younger. Either way, guess what?
Magic.
You're going to need to go ahead and take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to get a plan together. You want to get yourself checked out. You want to find out what you need to be instilling into your body to make sure you can go on with your day. Then you need to be talking to the fine folks at Gameday Men's Health. They are absolutely awesome. Very quick, easy process. You'll be in and out in an hour. Extremely high success rate. Do you see what they're saying? Personal care. They're a family, local-owned clinics, ladies and gentlemen. You will find one near you, and they'll get you right. You'll have more energy with those testosterone shots, vitamin supplements, weight loss, and hair loss treatments. They got you covered either way. So start your best life with Gameday Men's Health. Scan the QR code or screen, or go to Gameday CHGO to find locations closest to you.
CHGO Bulls postgame back, rolling along on Saturday night. Bulls lose their second night of a back-to-back to the Hornets, 112-99. That's gross. But being with your fellow Bulls fans to commiserate about it is the opposite of gross.
What's up, Jenny?
It's delightful. Thanks for being here, Peck, Big Dave, our guy Sean hanging out on the controls. We'll hear from Will the Goat in a minute. But first, let's talk about who's hot, who's not, Big Dave. Who's hot, who's not, presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CHGO to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup is played. That's code CHGO to get $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks! It's good to be right. Who's hot? I'll give some credit to Vooch on this game tonight. Okay. Hard to argue against him being hot tonight when he is an efficient 11 of 15 from downtown.
I mean,
3 of 4 from behind the arc. Also chipped in 3 of 4 at the line. But especially within the stretch of games where we've talked about Josh and Kobe both being out and needing guys to step up offensively. That is where Josh and Kobe are both more largely missed. You're not missing them on the defensive end. No offense intended, just reality intended. Who's stepping up on any given night? Who's stepping up every night? And, man, Vooch had a strong game against his former team, Orlando, and that Bulls win last night. And tonight, 28 on 11 of 15. You can clown Vooch for what happened at the end of that game and hold that thought because I might, but he played well.
He did. He played well. In that third quarter, once they figured out, Jalen wasn't going to be back, and once they figured out Patrick Williams should never play the 5, they went back to Vooch, and the person who immediately got them out of their 9-minute and 30-second drought was a hook shot from Vooch. And then the next trip down, a three-pointer from Vooch that kind of took the lead to 5 or 6, can't remember. But, yeah, Vooch was integral in that, man, and like Stacey was saying, you got to keep feeding them. You got to keep giving the ball because that's really all you had out there. You had 2 guys. You had Nikola Vucevic, and then you had my person who I'm going to pick for my hot for Prize Picks, which was Ayo Dosunmu. 16 points, the 4 rebounds, the 4 assists with a steal, but the 7 of 12 shooting, Matt, and the 2 of 5 from the three-point line. He comes in hot each and every time. You can set your watch to that young man, dog, and what he's going to do when he walks on the floor. He is going to affect the game. He's going to give you what you need within that ball game if you're lacking something. And the starters usually don't come out super hot for this team. And once the bench comes in, then it gets to cooking. Oh, how about Ayo Dosunmu also making a half-court shot with the double pump at the end of the first quarter and then hitting you with the baseball slide into the Charlotte Hornets bench. It was awesome. So Ayo Dosunmu, man, like it's just great to have him on your team when you definitely need a bucket or you need a stop. Somebody needs to be out in transition. You need that 3-point shot. He's got that too. He's just really great to have. And as Trae Young found out, he's from Chicago. So you can't just run up on this dude like that, man. He is just a really tough player and somebody, like I said, you can really hang your hat on his game and how he's going to play, no matter if it's the win or the loss. Ayo Dosunmu is going to have an Ayo Dosunmu game.
Almost always.
Can I chime in real quick?
Please
Matt?
do, Sean.
'Cause I'm
Always chime in.
This is getting to the who's not part.
Yup.
And that's
We have to do both
Very
sides.
safe assumption.
We have to
that
do
was
both.
really easy.
Oh, that was out there, Sean.
You know who's on fire, though? Jenny. I asked you guys in the
Jennifer,
break.
oh,
Do you
Jenny.
recognize Jenny? Because we have a lot of, familiar faces.
Sure.
Wasn't sure if maybe I'm just unfamiliar, but you guys were like, no, I'm not sure.
I don't particularly recall a Jenny Galligan in the chat, but thanks for being here.
But
Thank you for being
Jenny
here,
is
Jenny.
hitting the ground running. Patrick Williams, please just go. P. Will or Cristiano Felicio. And then what is the game plan when Patrick Williams is on the floor? Right, Pat, just go out there and just be out there. Joke of a player. We brought up in the first time he got out there just the way the ball was completely going away from him.
Yeah.
Every single time. They just did not want him near the play.
So, as a fan, what's my game plan anytime Pat crosses that line and checks in from the scorer's table? Get ready for some entertainment. Like, honestly, you got to laugh to keep from crying most
That's
often.
the only way
That's
you're
how
gonna
I'm
do it,
looking
baby.
at it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know about, did you play a lot of Super Smash Bros. When you were a kid?
No,
It was like
but I
really
have played
popular
it.
N64
I
game.
definitely played it.
A lot of my friends played it. I was more like GoldenEye and then also like
Yeah, I was GoldenEye.
sports games.
Yes,
Madden,
all day.
2K,
Tecmo
FIFA,
Bowl, all that. Yeah.
I never got good at Smash Bros.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
would just grab the controller and just button mash like
Yeah,
crazy
all day long.
That's Pat entering an NBA court. I know
He's a
where the
button
one
masher.
dribble button is,
Right.
and I know where the pass button is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember where the shoot button is, but usually not until it's too late.
Well, and his stamina is always on 0. And it's always like whenever you pass it to that player, it's like, where's the speed?
Without having used any of the turbo.
Right.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
the speed?
No.
Where's the movement?
Yeah.
It's just like
You know
slop.
why that's a brilliant description of what he's saying? Because that is exactly how he ends up with 15 points in a game. And it's not a consistent thing. It's just you're button mashing, and you can get hot from button mashing. You can just get hot like, oh man, this is working. All right, this is good. But it's not something that is sustainable when you're consistently playing the game. So you saw it not be sustainable in this basketball game when he went 0 for life out there, finished with a minus 14, if I'm not mistaken. Just a putrid, poopy game.
Super duper.
From young Patrick Williams but the 3 rebounds and the steal. I don't want to leave that off.
Yeah.
But the 0 of 5, I mean, he just looked lost. He did. He looked lost out there. Guys were just giving it to him. They were leaving him open on some of those shots, just letting him take them. Like, go ahead.
Yes.
When he's hitting the front of the rim, when he's that close to the bucket, and he's doing the one shot thing that he likes to do, and he's hitting the front of the rim.
His little one-handed
Push
the ball, push shot.
And he's about, less than 10 feet from the bucket, and it's just, still hitting the front of the
he
rim.
took that shot tonight.
Yeah, he did.
Did not make it.
Did not make it. He took it again in the third.
Did he make it?
He did not.
Okay. Look, I mean, it's like we again, you got to laugh to keep from crying sometimes when you think about how much monetarily and like roster building wise this team has invested in this guy.
Yeah, man.
And we're rooting for him.
We are.
It's like the Tyra Banks scene from
Yeah,
whatever the
bro.
modeling competition. We're all rooting for you.
Next Top Model.
A lot of us rooted for you too long.
Rooting for you.
Before we found out that you weren't worth rooting for.
Yeah, bro.
And that's why 2 games. He had 2 games against New Orleans and Magic back to back where he scores in double figures.
Yeah.
And it's the first time he's done so since games 2 and 3 of the season
Yes.
in October.
October.
And that warrants Goat and his fellow members of the Bulls beat. Shout out to all of them. Talking to Pat
Sure.
at his locker
Sure.
after the win last night. What's working for you, Pat? Oh, other than like, well, guys are down, so Billy's forced to play me after a couple of barely played or /DNP CDs. And he had this quote, and I shared it from our team account earlier today, talking about the adversity of his role decreasing since, once again, starting and then getting benched. The same old Pat story. Quote from Pat earlier today, adversity, if you look at it the right way, always kind of has a way of sharpening you. End quote. Is that this season's I Got Game, Dave? because I swear to God, I still remember that one. And I know I'm not the only Bulls fan who remembers him saying that after a dud performance of many last season. It's just like anytime Pat opens his mouth now, and you were saying it on our post game last night, I think. It was like, cool, you're not sucking me in with a couple of games.
No,
you're not even going to suck me in with 10 games.
No.
Let's see what you do in the entire month of January,
Exactly.
assuming you get minutes for the whole month. Then maybe we can start talking about this guy.
Who do the Bulls play next?
Boston in Boston on Monday.
Okay, they play Boston. Patrick Williams goes out. It's like 1986 Jordan. He scores 63
I'm going to
in the
stop you
Garden.
right there. I can't
No,
hear you no more after that.
You said if he goes on for a 10 straight thing. Like, I'm just trying to paint the audacity.
I
Like,
hear
even
it.
if he goes out and has that
my God.
performance, there's no way you're believing in him.
I mean,
No, I'm just trying to talk about the audacity. It's obviously not going to happen. All right.
My basketball sensibilities were offended.
I'm muted.
They were offended.
I didn't say it was going to happen.
Yeah, but he should never be. Not even if I'm talking about getting shoes, I don't even want to hear his name mentioned. in that.
Arthur write this in the chat. I think
Both of them are basketball players.
Arthur in the chat, I think beat me to it before I got to my I Got Game reference. He had it in the chat as well about
I Got
P-Will.
Game.
And Jet Brock's one of our regulars, what up, Jet Brock, saying, I got, parentheses, 1 game.
Yeah.
the Pat Williams quote, more accurately.
Yeah.
I got 1 game.
I got 1 game.
I even gave you 2
Yeah,
just now.
back to back. I'm back in the starting lineup, right?
It's like,
No, son.
that's disappointing. Yes. Surprising. Not at all.
Exactly.
Not
No.
at all.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. It's sad. It's disappointing because, as you said, man, absolutely, we were rooting for this dude without a doubt for years. And like you said, too long were we rooting for him, but we were rooting for him. We wanted to see him be great because we're like, this team is only going to be great if he is at that point in time. It was like he has to be that guy. And I mean, and then great went to good, and good went to average, and average went to, can you just show up on time? And then the show up on time went to, can you set your alarm? You know what I'm saying? Like, the bars just kept getting lower and lower and lower.
Can you not eat 2 full plates of chicken parm?
Like, the bar just kept dropping. Man, dude, but he was bad. I want to get off. I don't want to keep harping on this, man. But yeah, he hasn't been.
It's just
good,
like,
but nobody was tonight. Like, honestly, outside of Vucevic.
I think Pat is a smaller microcosm example to me, but very like comparable to if you're a Bulls fan and you get sucked in by blank.
Yeah.
If you're a Bulls fan and you get sucked in by 2 decent games in a row from Pat, that's on you.
Yeah.
If you're a Bulls fan and you get sucked in by a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Or a 4 or 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Sandwiched with losing 7, and it's on you.
Yeah.
Like, again, somebody was talking about it in the chat. You pointed out, what does it say about your team that one of your backup bigs goes down in this game and everything explodes?
It's over. You know, I understood it when Giddey and Kobe get hurt. You get that.
Sure.
Right? Like, your 2 best players
You
go
also
down.
just won 2 games fairly convincingly without them.
But you understood when they went down that game that the game was over because you just lost those 2 guys.
You were also playing a real team.
Exactly. It's true indeed. But you knew it was over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dunzo when that happened. This is the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who you went down. The Charlotte Hornets. And you had a nice lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they came back and took it from you in 1 quarter because you lost your backup center who was playing as your starting 4.
And that's why, like, I don't care who's out. It just tells you that when you are missing several guys who are key guys, their team isn't very good.
Yeah,
because
this is not a great team.
This is now tonight, you know, just the latest example of why I'm not going to take this team seriously until a lot of things look a lot different than they do right now. You got to take care of the bums.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're missing. You got to take care of the bums if you want to be taken seriously in this league.
It's a rule.
Any given night, you got a bad night. Second night of a back-to-back is the scenario tonight. Sometimes you'll excuse that. A schedule loss, as people say.
Yeah.
But it's not that with this Bulls team, y'all.
Yeah.
Look back. Let's journey back on the schedule and remember how many L's, to quote bad teams, the Bulls have. Mm-hmm. The Bulls lost to the Hornets tonight. That was their 2nd time losing to this team this season. The Bulls have lost to the Pelicans twice before they finally managed to beat them the other night. That's the last place team in the other conference.
Yeah.
You already also have 2 losses to Indiana, one of the other bottom feeders of the East. You got multiple losses to multiple Worst team in the league nominees.
Yeah. Envelope, please.
I don't care. Oh, well, we're missing this guy and this guy. No. Yeah. If you're doing that, then your ceiling is mid, and your floor is amongst the bad.
Yeah, and just to put the cherry on top of what you're saying, Matt, even in those losses that you're saying, their guys were out there. Giddey's out there. Kobe's out there in some of those games. Jalen's out there in some of them, and you're still taking those L's.
Still taking those L's.
It's a problem.
We got to knock out another break. When we come back on the other side, I heard a jingle that means we'll hear from the GOAT at the UC. Hit the like button. It's free. We'll be right back.
Help!
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping. Yeah. They are here to help elevate the home stretch of your football season. Yeah. Sunnyside is the place with the craziest selection with over 100 different strains to choose from. That's right, I said 100! Ooh. With easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Make your selections online. Grab your receipt at the front counter when you walk in. Get in, get out with your day. Wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location near you and for you. Spots as far south as Champaign, as far north as South Beloit. Stop into the store nearest you for expert guidance from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. Yeah. Head to their website for Bright Buys every day, and new customers can get 50% off. That's right, 50. Your first 3 online purchases with promo code HICHGO at checkout. And returning customers, they got something for you too. Just enter CHGO 50 at checkout. CHGO 50. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, Bright Buys every day, only for 21 and older and Illinois Med Card holders.
Let's talk about your next weekend coming up, all right?
Yeah.
Guess what you're going to do? You're going to escape.
Escape.
And you ain't got to go far to do it, ladies and gentlemen, because you can go right to Potawatomi Casino and Hotel up in Milwaukee. It's the only reason this young man will go to Milwaukee. Facts. It's for that reason, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking thousands of the latest slots and table games. You ready to refuel? I know you are. Got a ton of amazing restaurants and bars to choose from. Walk in, stumble out safely, responsibly. You don't even have to leave the property. That's why I can say that. Stay in style at that luxurious hotel, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just steps away from what many are calling Midwest's best sports book. It's all right there. Super convenient, right in your face. Milwaukee's got a full winter lineup too. Concerts, festivals, sports, you name it. Potawatomi is the perfect home base for all of it. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. Check it out.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on that Go Talk hotline back on CHGO Bulls postgame, it is our guy with the Go Gottlieb. Michelob Ultra. Delicious taste of victory. Wasn't the Bulls' night, but when it is the delicious taste of victory, grab something equally superior. Grab yourself a Michelob Ultra. GOAT. First thoughts after watching that game unravel the way it did.
First thought is I have a bone to pick with you guys, which is that you on the show last night said that I wouldn't be able to even muster a glance to Joey Christopoulos, who was at the game tonight for his birthday. And I took offense to that. Of course I would say hello to Joey. I did. I saw him. He was sitting in the section right next to me. His seats were like 3 feet away from me. He was there with his lovely wife, and it was great to see him. Unfortunate game that he got to watch. The first half was crazy. I mean, I thought I was sitting there in the – there it is. There's a great picture.
Hey, look at that.
I was sitting there in the second quarter writing my, like, end-of-game lead because I thought they were going to win by 25. And I should have learned by now that that is not something that you should do with this team. Just an incredible swing. And I like feel like I want to try to say something smart about it, but there's just like, it's crazy to watch this team just go through these highs and lows. I don't really feel like I've ever experienced a team that can look like a legit, maybe second round of the playoff team one night, and then the very next night, or maybe even the next half, they look like a team that is lottery bound. I mean, it's crazy to see that. And I was trying to ask Billy about it after the game, and I don't feel like I did a great job of doing that. But basically just like, how do you get to these different extreme swings so quickly? And so he was kind of talking about momentum and how there are certain things that they do that allow the other team to break the momentum or to get going with their own momentum. And how the Bulls have trouble stopping that. Boxing out, offensive rebounds are a big one. The Hornets are a really good offensive rebounding team, and that generates extra possessions. We saw that on the 2 free throws. Konkanippel had an offensive rebound off a missed free throw, and then Colin Sexton had one that turned into a jump ball, which he won. So those kind of plays, I think, can really swing the momentum of a game. And then I think this team in particular just allows that at times to really affect them. Now, there are other points in the game, like where you see them really, try to fight back from it and get themselves back into a game. But sometimes they just shut down. And I mean, to go down 18 with 4 minutes left and then try to put together, a run there to try to get back in the game. I was just like, it was incredible to watch the swings one way or another. And then you feel like, okay, the Hornets are up 20, you're safe, like to start writing. And then all of a sudden it's down to 8. It's just like, it's crazy watching this team just go through these highs and lows. It's exhausting.
First of all, I'd like to point out that Goat said that Joey's seats were literally near him, and that's the reason Goat was able to actually see him.
Well, I was gonna go meet him regardless of where he was sitting, but it just so happened that he was going into the same entrance that I was. I was gonna meet him anywhere.
Very convenient.
Wait, Sean, do you have this? Let's prove to people how close Joey was sitting to go tonight. Look at that.
He's right there. Like, you know what I mean? You want a cookie for that? Like, you're really right there, sir. You can high five that young man, which you wouldn't do because he's a professional.
I tried, but I couldn't quite reach.
You couldn't quite reach for the fist bump. But we just messing with you, man. But I do want to know about the end of the game because once again, we saw somebody on the opposite team finished with the layup, and it seems like once again Nikola Vucevic took offense to this and was confronting LaMelo Ball, and then we saw Zach Collins hopping over there with the thing on his foot, the cast on his foot. What do you make of this, Goat? Like two games of this for me is kind of ridiculous, and Stacey King was saying it as well. Like, if you guys don't want them to do that, win the game. Beat. Yeah, he's like, win the game. So 2 games of this, how do you feel about it?
And they had a little like weird tiff with the Hawks, remember too. It was like mid-game when Trae Young smacked Io on the backside as he was walking off the court. It's just like a lot of bark and no bite for me. I actually had come down to the media room to start working, and the TV down here, for whatever reason, was showing replays of every single possession after they happened. And so I didn't actually see it. I just heard Stacey and Adam on the broadcast talking about it. So unfortunately I can't really like speak to it that way, but like Trae had a layup when they were down 12 to get it to 10 with like 18 seconds left. Like, is that not the same thing? I don't really care about that stuff. I don't really get why people take offense to it. I get that people do, but I just don't think it's like worth, having okay, let's go talk it out at mid-court after the buzzer. Like, I'm with you guys. It's just like, either foul him and like don't let him do that, or win the game and then don't do it yourself.
Goat, we saw just how gross that third quarter went for the Bulls. 9+ minute stretch and no field goals, a 5+ minute stretch of not scoring any points of any kind, coinciding with Jalen Smith leaving the game in that head-to-head area collision with LaMelo. Curious about a couple of things and what you heard from Billy after the game. First of all, if you have any update for us, other than the concussion check on Jalen and his situation and health right now, but the way that game unraveled in that third, we also saw Billy maybe throw some minutes with Pat at the 5 in a super small ball situation. Seemed like Ulbrich was dressed tonight but never got on the floor. Did Billy address the way that game unraveled in the third and his rotation choices that coincided with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a lot of what I, tried to explain earlier, just like these plays that really broke the momentum. He mentioned Miles Bridges having a really dominant game physically, obviously hitting threes, but also I think he had 15 rebounds. And I just don't think that they were prepared physically to deal with that. Now, they played, Modest called them a more physical team last night in the Orlando Magic. So they should have been prepared. And it's not like the Hornets weren't on a back-to-back too. They lost at the buzzer to Milwaukee last night and had to drive down here. So I just don't think you can like make excuses about any of that. You just have to show up and do it. And I think they all know that. That's at least what they're all saying. But yeah, for me, it was just like a situation where you start missing shots, you start giving up offensive rebounds, you start putting them to the foul line, you start turning it over, and then you just let that spiral out of control. And that's, to me, that's like what the recipe is. I think also the offensive rebounding piece was pretty big. I'm trying to look this up as I talk, which never goes super well for me. But in the first half, the Hornets had 6 offensive rebounds. In the second half, they had 7. Okay, so not as much as I thought, but like after the Jalen Smith injury, the Bulls couldn't go not only to the 2 big lineup, which I think was really working for them as it has been the last couple of weeks, but they also didn't have a backup center. As you mentioned, Matt, they had to go with Patrick Williams at the 5. And this Hornets team, even though they were missing Kalkbrenner and Diabate and Plumlee and all their centers, like, is a very physical offensive rebounding team. And I think the Bulls really struggled to manage that. And when you're getting these second opportunities, oftentimes those are layups, they're spray out threes, and they can lead to fouls. And those are some of the best shots in the game. So those, I think, are really important. And we asked Billy after the game about the offensive rebounds on the free throws specifically. And I mean, it's got to be driving him insane. He's like, we put this on film, we show them. And I think it's just a concentration thing. Like, these guys are sitting there at the line expecting the ball to go in and not realizing how aggressive teams are in getting offensive rebounds. It's not just the Hornets. Everybody is offensive rebounding a lot more this year. And if you lose concentration for just a moment, that's it. And now it's 2 points going the other way. And, that's a huge momentum swing.
Go, forgive me for putting you on the spot like this, but with Jalen Smith out for I guess at least about a week for sure, the Bulls are definitely thin at that position, at the forward and center position, with Zach Collins being out as well. What do you see the starting lineup looking like for the Bulls when they head to Boston on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the starting lineup. It wouldn't surprise me if Jalen Smith is back. He's in concussion protocols. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he has a concussion. I was like I think they're just like evaluating him for the concussion.
Okay.
So where I'm sitting is like the far corner for where that happened. He was like on the ground on the opposite corner. I couldn't see a thing from where I was sitting. But it sounded like he was just kind of like out. If he does have a concussion, he's probably going to miss a couple of games. If he doesn't, I still probably would not expect him to play on Monday, but I could be wrong about that. But with Collins out, obviously Vooch is going to start. I think you probably go back to Modest at the 4 and bring Herter in at the 3, just because you want to try to have as much like ball handling and shooting on the court as possible. They don't really have a lot of other options. I think you could maybe look at Patrick. I don't really know that really helps you with the rebounding anyway. So I probably would go Herter, Okoro, Trey, Modest, and Vooch. You can make an argument for Io in there, but then you don't really have a guard to bring off the bench. So I think he brought Herter in immediately to replace Jalen after he came out. So I would guess that's where he goes if Jalen is not able to play on Monday.
Goat, I know that you asked Modest after last night's win, not only about the game he had, but the chemistry that he's seeming to develop with his veteran teammate Vooch, that they've gotten some different kinds of two-man action to work in this last handful of games. And we saw more of that tonight. Vooch hit Modest on a great couple of backdoor cuts. They're getting in a little, P&R together. I saw that you guys were able to talk to Modest again after tonight's loss. Curious if there was any more of that discussion about him playing with Vooch, because Vooch had a big game, Modest so-so, and otherwise what Modest had to say about the L tonight.
Nothing really about Vooch tonight from Modest, although I do think that, Vooch is just such a good passer, and with the way the team is playing, there are a lot of those cuts. I think Okoro's beneficiary, Herter, and Modest just has to cut. I think Vooch will find him. So same going the other way too, where Modest was able to find some cutters. I think his first assist was, I'm forgetting who it was to, but it was just like a nice back cut layup.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that's just like a simple pass, nothing flashy, not a high level read, just making the right play at the right time. Those are the kind of things that accumulate. And when we talk about Modest as a high level playmaker or a high level scorer, I think a lot of times people want to see the step back threes and the isolation jump shots and that stuff. That's great if you can knock down one or two of those. Maybe you throw a live dribble overhand pass from the right top of the key to the left corner and somebody hits a 3. That's great, but just making the right play, if you can accumulate over the course of a game, that's how you're going to get 10, 12, 15 points. And then the extra stuff can maybe push you to 20, 22, 25. And I think it's the same with the assists. So he's just got to continue making the right play. As far as the game itself, Modest was the only player we talked to tonight, and he just kind of said, we need to be more resilient and we need to, throw punches back when we get hit, and they just didn't do that tonight. So I think that was kind of the main message that we saw from the locker room. And it's the same story over and over again with this team. They look good. They're playing well. things are going great, and then they win, or they win a couple in a row, and then things aren't going well, and they just kind of roll over. And sometimes they do put together a run, but it's just too little too late. They just have to be more resilient, and they have to be more consistent in the way that they're playing, so that whether or not they are shooting the ball well, they can still compete. And I think that's what you saw last night, was they didn't shoot the ball particularly well against the Magic, but they were still doing all the other stuff they needed to do, boxing out, defending, rotating, making the right reads, making the right passes, moving on offense, getting into their sets quickly. And they just kind of stopped doing that tonight. And I think it's just really tough to win when you're not playing at your very best offensively, given how poor a defensive team they are.
Go. We appreciate the time and insights. As always, Bulls Nation, follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Sign up to become a diehard with promo code GOAT, G-O-A-T, to get that offer, $36 for your first year of diehard membership, so you can read all of his stuff, the very best of it. GOAT, we appreciate you, buddy. Enjoy your Sunday. We will talk to you for Bulls Celtics on Monday.
See you guys then.
Yes, sir.
All right, with that, let's knock out one more quick ad break. We'll come back, talk about our game day difference makers, get a few more thoughts from that chat, ours and yours, and then we'll go on our merry way and get ready to bear down. Hit the like button. It's free. Be right back.
Bears.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Winter is here, y'all.
Yeah.
It is early January.
Yeah.
Ugh. Rough time of year for Chicagoans, but
Facts.
in case you need anything done to your house, for your house, call Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a plumbing emergency, call Four Seasons.
Bang.
Electrical emergency, call Four Seasons.
Bang.
Need a new hot water tank installed?
Yep.
Important this time of year, call Four Seasons.
Bang.
At Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or, especially this time of year, even holidays. Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Furnaces starting at just $39 a month. Furnace AC combos, just $57 a month. So what are you waiting for? Call today. Save $50 from your trusted local experts. Four Seasons has been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. Visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com.
This ad is for Baby Joey.
Baby Joey.
Oh, Baby Joey loves these ads. Yes, he do. Joey Spencer loves these ads too.
Listen to him.
And then he was also very confused. He was like, y'all still talking about Baby Joey and these ads?
He confused.
And then Baby Joey hit me up and was like, why did he think they're not talking about me no more? He don't love me no more? Of course he love you, Baby Joey. But see, just for a second, because he a baby, he was confused. He ain't understand it. Because he never understood. There's got so much money that looks so dang good. Well, guess what? Shady Ray said I'll do something about that, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to give you those serious, good-looking, polarized, durable shades that are not ridiculously expensive. But they got the Matte Peck, Lost and Broken Replaces plan, ladies and gentlemen. Hat, splat, crack, drat. You're upset at that. But then you remember those glasses on your hat. You put them back in the mail and right back on your face. Shady Rays. Lost and Broken Replaces plan, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? We've teamed up with Shady Rays, bring you an exclusive offer. Head to ShadyRays.com. Use that code CHGO for 35% on all those premium polarized shades. And try for yourself. Shades that are rated 5 stars with over 300,000 people because the Shady Rays, where the Rays are so shady.
Game rolling along for a little while longer here on Saturday night. Bulls fall to the Hornets. Appreciate y'all for being here. Let's talk about a couple of game day difference makers, Big Dave.
Let's do it.
Game day difference maker brought to you by Game Day Men's Health.
Bang.
Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Game Day Men's Health.
Yes.
Visit GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you. I mean, an obvious candidate, Dave, could be Jalen Smith.
Could be.
Right around the same time Jalen Smith left this game.
Yeah.
This game went real grossly sideways real fast.
Yeah.
That is being a difference maker. Is there such thing as like a makes a difference but in a bad way difference maker? I don't know if we've ever gone that direction yet with these.
We could be abstracting all of this, Matt. Do you think? I'm with you.
It made a difference.
It made a difference.
How about you do this? You want me to difference? Patrick Williams, Kevin Herter, and the other guy going 0 for 15.
I think that's 1 for 16.
Oh, 1 for 16.
Don't you take that from Herter.
Herter finally knocked down a
Don't you take
three
his
like
three.
in the final couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we mentioned, I mean that is a pretty big freaking difference maker right there.
Pretty huge
when
there,
when
Matt
three
Peck.
of the guys you expect to knock down threes for you every night, combined to go 1 of 16.
Yeah, pretty big. Pretty
That's a
huge.
difference maker.
That's a tip of the cap for the difference maker to you as well, Miss Corningstone. My difference maker is Brandon Miller.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Going with Brandon Miller on this.
Going to the other team.
Yeah. Because that third quarter, as you mentioned, the terrible shooting by the forwards, Brandon Miller got real hot.
Yeah.
In that quarter, they hit 7 threes, and he hit 3 of them. He was huge for them in that third. And the Bulls, what am I reading this right? Bulls shot 21% from the field in that quarter.
Good.
That's 5 of 23 is what they were. But when Brandon Miller started getting comfortable in the game and you started seeing that shot go down, it really did definitely change the game in a lot of ways for them in that third quarter. He was big for them. He was huge for them. And guys like Miles Bridges and LaMelo just kind of followed along on that hot streak that he was on.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'd never expect to get worked by Brandon Miller.
No, you shouldn't.
But, that was like there were so many different times tonight where I was like, man, that's a tough bucket. That's a tough bucket.
I was told he wasn't good.
And Bridges too, dude.
Yeah.
Those two combined for 48
Bridges,
of the 112 for Charlotte.
Goodness gracious. It looked bad.
It's not a good team.
No.
Clearly. That was just, their 9th win of this. Oh, I'm sorry. 12th.
Yeah, how dare
12th
you.
win of the season.
How dare you.
That's only 5 shy of the Bulls.
On their way.
But it's like even bad teams have talented guys that can cook you on any given night if you're not locked in. And like, dude, the Bulls surrendered 112 points tonight.
Yeah.
That is well below their season average in points allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like they got absolutely cooked by the Hornets. They had a third quarter where they didn't make a basket for 9 minutes.
Plus.
The Bulls are averaging like 122 points themselves or whatever. Like maybe they're allowing 120 something and they're scoring like 117, 118
Yeah,
games.
around that.
99.
Yeah.
99.
Yeah.
Bulls are not going to win many games. Dare I say the Bulls won't win any games this season in which they score fewer than 100 points.
That's just wild to me to see the scoring by quarter and to see they didn't score 20 in any of the quarters outside of the first one.
Well, no, they did. 24 in the fourth.
Oh, excuse me.
They did.
And then the NBA.com has it absolutely incorrect.
Oh, they lied to you.
They have it absolutely incorrect.
It was.
That's good to hear.
By
All right.
quarter, it was 39, 19, 17, 24.
I feel better.
Even still,
I feel better now.
That's 60 points
Still pissed, but I
over
feel
3
better.
quarters.
Yeah.
You're averaging 20 points a quarter over quarters 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, not scoring 100 in today's NBA is not good at all. And we were coming in, let me speak for me, thinking in my head, man, the Bulls win these games. Not only were they outscoring them, but these teams, weren't getting to like 120.
Right.
You know what I'm saying out there? Like they've given up 114, 113 and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're not, they're being okay defensively. Like you're not setting the world on fire, but that death by 1,000 cuts defense was in full effect because they were getting the balls, getting the loose balls, and getting out in transition and going and scoring. And in this one, after that third quarter, man, it just all stopped, man. Like everything just completely stopped for them, and they did not recover. And it's something like playing hard is a mindset.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a mentality because you can control yourself. You know what I'm saying? In that instance, you can't control if the ball goes in or anything like that, but you can control how hard you play. And it felt like the Bulls started playing hard in the fourth quarter with about 3 minutes left. And then they started tightening up. You know what I mean? Then the double teams come. Then they're, tipping the ball away and doing those little things that you need to do, especially when you lose a player that was helping you. Mm-hmm. You've got to tighten up. Like that's the only way you're going to win that game is by continuing to play that kind of college-y style, as I like to call it, which is those cuts, those three-point shots, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line also as well, but playing just agitating defense, getting on their nerves defensively because they're not good enough to not let that bother them.
Right.
The Hornets are going to let that bother them, man. Like, it's going to happen. But the Bulls didn't do it in that third quarter, and they didn't do it for a majority of that fourth quarter until it got down to about the 3-minute mark. And I don't like stuff like that. Like, you have to go out there with that mentality when you know that's the only way you can kind of come back and be in this basketball game. You're not going to be coasting on nothing. Like, who's carrying you?
Right.
You can't coast on nothing, bro. Once they started double teaming Vooch, it was a wrap. Like, you got to be better with that.
Hopeful Gamer just said in the chat, this is where Bulls really miss Kobe and Giddey. Somebody needs to be the go-to guy when everything else is falling apart offensively, and it sure was. And look, I was singing his praises the other night. I'll call out Trey Jones because he hit a clutch shot even last night to seal that win on a night when he didn't have his best game in the world.
Right.
But he also had that in that win over the Pelicans, that 12 dimes, 1 turnover, and again tonight, 8 dimes, 1 turnover. But only 10 points.
Yeah.
We're asking more of Trey Jones than that right now.
Yeah.
With Kobe and Josh being out. And Vooch had himself a heck of a game, and not enough other people had a decent game. And that's the result. 99 points, Dave. To go full circle on that thought, I just pulled up Basketball Ref real quick. The lowest point total in a Bulls win this season was just a week or so ago over the holidays when they squeaked out 109-102 against the Sixers, right?
Okay, got you.
They also had their 110-point win in Game 2 against Orlando.
Okay.
Like Game 2 of the season, all the way back, their second game of the season.
Okay.
Their average win this season, they're scoring 125.5.
Wow.
That's what it's taking for the Bulls
Just
to
get the
win
W.
this season.
Wow. Okay. That's okay. Okay. That's a lot. Again, that's what I'm saying when everything has to go right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like, that's not easy to do,
They
guys.
were 12 points shy of their average point total in a loss this season tonight.
Wow.
They average 112.1 when they lose. They scored 99 tonight. This team is about scoring more than their opponent.
Yeah. That's the only way they're going to get these W's.
First, second, and third thing on the to-do list every night for these Bulls,
Yeah.
score more than your opponent.
And you just said in those victories, it's 100.
125.5.
That's crazy.
That's what it's taken for Bulls W's this season.
That's 125 is tough. You know what I mean? Like, that's real tough, bro.
What it takes.
Damn, man. Like, I don't even have words for stuff like that. Like, that's not easy to do. That is incredibly difficult to maintain time after time after time. Like, everything's got to go right. Everything has to go right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not built for everything to go right. You're just not. You're not built that way, man. Like, something else has to occur. That's great that you're getting 125, but it's not going to be sustainable every single game, which is what's going to keep you right in that middle. That's exactly what that's going to hang you out at right there, because you're going to go up, then you're going to go down. It's going to be those peaks, and it's going to be those valleys. And then you're going to run up against teams who also can score the basketball at a really high clip. And then you're going to struggle, you know what I'm saying, against those kind of squads, man, unless, again, everything is kind of going right for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I just don't like the fact they have to lean on that. I don't put that stuff on the players. I put that on the person who constructed it and put it together, for sure. But the play, like, it's just tough, man. That's really tough, bro, for them to do and to maintain for an entire season.
Somebody in the chat just said, why do the Bulls keep losing to crappy teams? Chalsky. Perhaps a super
I think
chat.
that's Spy. D-Spy Chomsky.
D-Spy Chalsky.
Because it looks like a
Choxy?
spy icon.
D-Spy. There you go. Perhaps our friend Prison Mike, who threw us a super chat, can answer that for you.
Okay.
Prison Mike loves RC Cola with a $5 super chat saying this team is an enigma. Beat the Magic, lose to the Hornets. Permanently in play in purgatory. Again, I said it earlier as like this game, not like here's a Jekyll and Hyde example of the Bulls being the Bulls over a stretch of a handful of games.
Right.
You got Jekyll and Hyde Bulls within the same game tonight.
Yes, correct.
Like first quarter, wow. Second quarter, Third quarter, good God. Same team, same collection of players. I know Jalen left the game with it, but no, come on now. That's why margin of error. Billy talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
And Bulls fans, some of whom might be sick of Billy at this point and think that he's a large part of this team's problems, he is right about the margin of error. And that part, on nights when, again, I criticized him for the Bulls' poor adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
When things were already starting to unravel at the end of that second quarter, it got worse in the third.
It did.
That's absolutely partly on Billy. But margin of error is that small.
Because I'm fascinated by that. The fact that they got to score 125 to win. I went and looked up what teams are averaging points per game wise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This season.
For the entire season.
For the entire season.
Not just splits on wins and losses.
No splits, nothing. Just for the entire season, what teams are averaging. Denver's leading the way with 124 points a game. So you're scoring more than Denver.
Than the highest scoring offense
Than the
in the
highest
league.
scoring offense in the league. You have to score more than that.
Yeah.
To get yourself a victory. And not necessarily
Not
a
every
blowout victory.
Right.
And not necessarily a every night thing. But that's the average of what you have to have. Number 2 is Oklahoma City with 122. Number 3 is Miami, who ran the Bulls, you know what I'm saying, off the floor. Number 4 is New York, and number 5 is Houston. These are your top 5 teams, bro. These are teams competing for championships right now. We are not. So for that to be the case, honestly, just kind of blows my mind, bro.
Real quickly, let's just go to a mini overtime here. For those of you on our various streaming partners and services, if you want the bonus coverage of tonight's postgame show, just head to allchgo.com. Appreciate you for streaming. Sean, you had a thought.
Yeah, so shout out to Jimmy in the chat.
What up, Jimmy?
Jimmy saying AJ, and I don't know how to say the kid's name from BYU, Dibansta.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's saying AJ coming to the Bulls. Just watch, he's going to be our Scottie Pippen. First of all, I got a lot of thoughts.
First of all,
one, great that he be our Scottie Pippen. It was kind of the other guy that was like the more important piece. And that guy's not here.
That's
fair.
a very good
However,
point. I hear your point.
The 93-94 Bulls and 94-95 pre-MJ's return Bulls
Well, awesome.
still a hell of a lot better than the 25-26
Without
Bulls.
a doubt.
That's very fair.
Scottie Pippen, big reason why.
And then him and the Giddy committee going back. Jimmy saying, Bulls are a lottery team with barely getting over 500. Giddy saying, we aren't a lottery team. Jimmy, yes, we are. Giddy, laughing face. The Bulls technically are a lottery team at 14 right now. But even Charlotte sits at 6. And that was the thing that I was going to bring up. But thank God we're in overtime. We could just talk about this forever. Yeah. I don't need to go home. This team that, didn't even beat you, I think has a lot more players that I'd be interested in the future.
Yeah.
Right? Like Brandon Miller's interesting. Khan's interesting. And they're in a better spot lottery-wise than you. It's just the same thing with every single team. The Bulls are in the worst spot ever. It's purgatory. At least if you're in hell, you know where you are. You are. And there's a way up, I guess. Purgatory, you're just sitting there and you're waiting.
Sean Anderson gets it. I don't know why some of y'all don't get it.
Yeah, well, Sean Anderson's a smart young coach.
Well, of course he is.
Yeah.
It's not that I was surprised that he gets it.
Yeah.
Did
you not hear him
putting
defend
stuff in my mouth?
Ooh,
it's one of the biggest things.
But yeah, you heard him right here.
It's one of the biggest things I have with problems I have with y'all people.
And also, Pip, you spelled that wrong.
Yeah.
Just want to toss that out there, bro.
Yeah.
Not 2 P's. Not 2 P's, sir.
One of many reasons I know that you are more so a fan of a player than a team, and that's fine. Just don't come at me with that nonsense.
Oh man, yeah.
But yes, Sean. But hey, in their defense, saying, "Hey, the Bulls aren't a lottery team." It's a little tricky because you know where they are, always on the cusp of being a lottery team.
That's what
where
I was
they
gonna
should be
Yeah.
is unquestionably bona fide.
Yes.
Higher towards the top, lottery team.
Well, and you were talking.
Toss.
Oh, hold on, wait.
There it is.
Shout out Brandon Bills.
Hey, I
Brandon
gotta
Bills
do
with
my
the hat
job. Hold
toss.
on, wait.
And that's what I was saying I'm like, well, Giddy's not technically wrong because the Bulls I know they are right now, but they're not really a lottery team. But they are because they don't want to be a lottery team. Is my point.
You're right. I would not define them as a lottery team. I would not classify them as a lottery team. What I would classify them as, and brace yourselves, Bulls Nation, because it's coming around the bend for the 4th straight time, is a goddamn play-in tournament. Don't want to be here. Worst place to be. Team.
Hey.
That is their category.
Yep.
They're not lottery. They're not real. They are play-in tournament participants. About to be 4 years running.
Oh, them things.
And for Bulls fans who don't see the problem with that, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how else to explain to you why that is the worst place to be.
And
Throw it.
breathe. I like that very
Throw
much.
it.
I just did. This is my next one.
He said,
It still feels like there's something.
No, that was the sigh.
yeah, when the side hit, Sean, it brought it right back down. Not to say it can't come back, but as of right now, more reserved. Just going to relax right there. Yes, thank you very much.
That's right. So many days feel like Groundhog Day. If you're a Bulls fan, Drewish, you are correct. Sir.
Groundhog
And hey,
Day.
real Groundhog Day right around the corner. I wonder which of the Pacers, Pelicans, Hornets the Bulls will be losing to that day.
Oh, my goodness.
Or
man.
beating the Nuggets.
Hey!
Who knows?
In triple overtime.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
With that, let's get out of here. And everybody enjoy your Sunday. In order to do that, most of you who are Bulls fans, in addition to the Bears fans, come on out. CHGO Bears tailgate happening tomorrow if you're in the area. Best tailgate in the city. Come hang out with your fellow Bears fans. Get excited. We got a late afternoon Bears-Lions kickoff. Yeah. Number 2 seed up for grabs for the Bears to claim. And make sure, of course, you're also tuning in. CHGO Bears pregame live. CHGO Bears postgame live after the game. You got Brick by Brick. You got Players Only with that crew. Hopefully talking about the Bulls' 12th win of the season before entering their first round home playoff game.
Bears.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be
for as much frustration as I feel as a Bulls fan, like always. Bears, man.
Bears.
Thank goodness for the Bears.
Thank you, Bears.
Again,
Bears.
Follow our guy, Willie Go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb, reading stuff, all CHGO.com. Big Dave, bow, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Love you. Appreciate you, Bulls Nation. Shout out to our guy on the controls, Sean Anderson. And again, happy birthday to our guy, Joey C.
Yeah.
Bugging goat at the UC tonight. Hope you have fun.
Get on his nerves, Joey C.
Enjoy your Sunday. We'll be back Monday live pregame before Bulls Celtics out in Boston. 6:30 tip. That means we'll talk to y'all at 6 p.m. Central for live pregame. See you, Red. Be good.
Love y'all, man.
We all silly like the mayor.